like hope packed up and finally decided to run. If you could hear the conversations that happen deep inside my mind, maybe
hi
then
everybody,
you'd
welcome.
understand.
Just listen to this song for a minute while we wait for everybody to join.
I cry when nobody's watching.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Go out, I'm barely breathing. They think I'm strong cause they never see it. The strength gets heavy when nobody believes it. I smile just enough to stop the questions that disappear inside my head. I'm fighting battles I can't explain. Some nights I wish my heart had never bled. I remember all the nights I begged for answers, wondering if heaven heard my voice. Every prayer felt like it hit the ceiling. Still I whisper cause I had no other choice. The loudest people call me inspiration. Funny how they never see me break. If they watch the hours after midnight, they know how much pretending I can take. I'm exhausted from explaining why my smile changes with the room.
Lies a lot, please.
People only love your sunshine and disappear the moment storms consume. I don't need perfection anymore. I just need one peaceful night of sleep. One day without fighting my reflection. One promise I can actually keep. Maybe healing isn't loud. Maybe hope is whispering my name. Maybe every tear I've hid doesn't have to end the same. Maybe scars don't mean I'm losing. Maybe pain won't always stay. Maybe tomorrow's version of me finally finds another way. I cry when nobody's watching, but maybe that's not where my story ends. Maybe every tear I've ever hid is watering the strength I haven't found yet. If you're listening and you're hurting, please don't carry all that weight alone. Even
Thank you. I like it too. I have a new one every week.
Find their way back home. If nobody knows you're hurting, it doesn't mean your pain isn't real. If nobody hears your tears, that doesn't mean your voice is gone. Keep
Hey, Red.
breathing.
Thank you for joining.
Your story.
Don't see Lies a lot yet. One person we actually need.
Being busy. Truth is, I don't know how to act okay. It's easier to hide behind excuses than admit I'm scared of. The radio keeps trying to distract me, but every song somehow sounds the same. I check my phone 100 different times, not because I'm waiting on a text. I'm hoping someone notices I'm missing without me having to confess. Everybody says just keep on pushing, like it's easy when your soul feels numb. How do you explain you're slowly drowning when from the outside?
Okay, we will listen to the rest of that song a little later. A friend of mine goes by the name Crusher. Sent me that. It's a very deep song. Okay. No, that's the wrong thing. This is the problem with having your stuff on your phone. So hello everybody. Welcome back to Love, Light and Laughter. Whether you're listening on your way to work, relaxing at home, out for a walk, maybe laying in bed after a long day, thank you for choosing to spend this time with me. My hope is that this podcast is a place where everyone feels welcome. A place where we can have open conversation, share ideas, ask questions, and hopefully leave each episode feeling a little lighter and a little more hopeful and a little bit more connected. Today's topic is kindness. Not just kindness towards other people, but kindness towards ourselves. Because I truly believe the two go hand in hand. Think about this for a moment. How many people have you been kind to this week? Now ask yourself, how kind have you been to yourself? Sometimes that's the hard question to answer. Oh, I need to turn my phone on silent. Hold on. Don't want that going off again. So, what is kindness? When people hear the word kindness, they often think about holding a door open, buying someone a coffee, giving to charity, or helping someone who's struggling. Those are wonderful examples. But kindness is much bigger than that. Kindness is patience, it's understanding, it's compassion. It's choosing not to judge someone before you know their story. Sometimes kindness is simply listening. Sometimes it's sitting beside someone in silence because they don't need advice. They just need someone to be there. You help your neighbor. I make cookies or soup. I go and give it. Oh, that's cute. And yes, that's kindness too. Sometimes kindness is saying, I'm here if you need me. And sometimes kindness is simply smiling at a stranger. You probably never know whose day you've changed. You're kind to your cats. You do what you need to for your cats, Liz. I'm sorry. Okay. We never truly know what someone is carrying. Every person you meet is fighting a battle that you can't see. Someone smiling at you may have cried themselves to sleep the night before. The person serving you in a shop may be worried about paying their bills. The bus driver might have had terrible news before starting work. The parent trying to calm a child may be completely exhausted. We only ever see a chapter of someone's story. We never the whole book. Maybe that's why kindness matters so much. So for now, I'm actually going to tell you a story. And this story is quite interesting, actually, in my opinion. Just give me 1 minute. Where did it go? I wrote it all down so I wouldn't forget it. So, I want to share a story that reminded me of how kindness... Yeah, exactly, Blood, exactly. Remind me how kindness can completely change the atmosphere around us. I was having a difficult day and was travelling on a coach. As soon as I got on, I noticed the driver didn't seem to be having the best day either. He was impatient with passengers, seemed rushed, and carried an energy that suggested he was under a lot of pressure. I tried not to let it affect me. I found my seat and decided to get some rest. Behind me were two little girls, probably around the ages of 2 and 7. Like most children on a long journey, they were starting to get really bored. I'd finally drifted off to sleep when the youngest started kicking the back of my chair. I turned around and calmly said, "Please don't do that, sweetheart. It really hurts." She stopped for a moment and then reached forward and started playing with my hair instead. So I gently took her little hand and she burst into this infectious laugh. It wasn't just a little giggle. It was one of those deep, heart-warmed laughs that makes you smile without even trying. I couldn't help but laugh too. And before long, other passengers were smiling as well. After a few moments, I noticed the driver looking in the mirror. He seemed a little annoyed by the noise. So I said to the girls, we need to keep it quiet because the bus driver needs to concentrate. They nodded and we carried on playing quietly. We gently hold hands and she giggle and I giggle, and eventually her older sister joined in. After a while, their mother said, that's enough now. The older girl looked at me and said, I'm bored. I asked, have you got any paper? She said, yeah, she had, but she didn't have any pens. So I gave both the girls one of my pens. A little while later, she handed me a note, and it simply read, from Jade, you are the bestest, best and kindest person ever. Kisses and hugs. Those simple words meant more than she could ever have known. The girls happily drew and coloured for the rest of the journey, and everything became peaceful. When it was time for me to get off, something else had changed. The same driver who had seemed impatient and frustrated when we first boarded smiled at me, thanked me as I got off, and wished me well. I smiled back. I smiled back and wished him a lovely day and carried on with my journey. It reminded me that kindness doesn't just affect the person you're being kind to, it changes the atmosphere around. Does anyone have anything to say, maybe Blood?
Yeah, that's funny. I was just going to type because to remind you of when you got on the bus and the driver recognized you.
That's funny. That's funny. You were literally going to say that, were you?
Well, I think you ought to raise it up because this is how the ripples happen and it's how the kindness spreads.
Yeah. I was about to say though, you know what stayed with me the most? It wasn't just Jade's beautiful note, and it wasn't just the little laughter coming from the little girl. It was watching the energy from the bus go from really tense and anxious to smiling and warm.
Well, this is what I'm trying to say. That's why it connects, because it's the ripples again. When we share good energy, good vibes, however you want to call it, it affects others.
That's very true.
It's like, I don't know, waves. I won't go into the story I know about dropping the pebble in the pond, but you know, that's what it is. It's magic.
It's a ripple, which we will cover in a bit.
At some point in the future, eh?
Thank you, Red. Yes. Okay. So, why kindness spreads? Scientists have found that kindness often inspires more kindness. When someone is treated with compassion, they're more likely to show compassion to someone else. It's almost like dropping a pebble into a pond. The ripples keep traveling long after the pebble has disappeared beneath the surface. The beautiful thing is, you'll probably never know how far that ripple traveled. Being kind doesn't mean being weak. Let's clear that up. Being kind doesn't mean letting people take advantage of you. Being kind doesn't mean saying yes to everything. Being kind doesn't mean accepting disrespect. Healthy boundaries are kind. Sometimes saying no is kinder than saying yes when you don't really mean it. Sometimes honesty is the kindest thing you can give someone. You can be gentle and still be strong. Have anything to say about that plot?
Tough love.
Tough love.
We have to use it at times.
It's
Because
true.
if we don't, I'm trying to think of an example. Why is this just? I mean, it's slightly different. But somebody once said to me a long time ago, "How can you love other people if you don't love yourself?" I said, "Well, I do. I love other people, but I don't love myself. I do now. I'm getting there slowly but surely. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. You and Dylan are listening. Ooh, nice to see you, Dylan. Another person.
Can you actually see them, or are you just saying that metaphorically?
Metaphorically. Okay, so I actually have another story to tell, and this one is called The Blackberries. So again, I had a long day. I'd been visiting someone in a hospital. Just as I was about to catch the bus, the hospital called me to tell me I'd forgotten my phones. A week ago, I was at your house, Grandma, Liz says.
Oh, right, yeah. I'm gonna have to get this on a bigger device because it's on my phone, so I can't.
It might be my background that's hard to see. Gosh, where was I?
Blackberries, you bitch.
Yes. Just as I was about to catch a bus, the hospital phoned me and told me I left my glasses. So I went back. By the time I finally got there and onto the bus, I was just exhausted. Then the bus broke down, and honestly, I laughed. Sometimes life gets so ridiculous that laughing is the only thing left to do. Eventually, another bus arrived. This one was incredibly hot, so I sat quietly at the back, tired, achy, and looking forward to getting home. Then I noticed this lady holding the biggest blackberry I'd ever seen. I'm not joking, it was the size of my thumb, my entire thumb. And without thinking, I just blurted out, "Is that a blackberry?" And she smiled. "Would you like one?" "Oh, yes, please." Instead of giving me one, she handed me a whole punnet. I couldn't believe it. Those were some of the nicest blackberries I've ever tasted. When I got home, I shared them with my child, who absolutely loved them. Before I even knew it, he was going to enjoy them. I'd already thanked the lady on his behalf. It was such a small gesture, but after such a difficult day, it meant far more than she probably even realized. Does anyone have any stories like this to share?
Not that I can think of right at this moment. Except that I used to get them free when I lived in the country. I used to go picking them. Picking them, not picking them.
I kind of got that.
I'd pick them afterwards when I made a blackberry and apple pie.
Yeah. I used to love picking blackberries.
Did you always used to spread them out on newspaper?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for crumble, I agree with you. Crumble! So, has anyone ever had a story where someone was just randomly nice to you even though you were having a really bad day?
You call that a miracle?
You can call it a miracle, yes.
Well, I would.
Well, seem to be reading this a lot quicker than I was meant to.
Well, that's all right. We could finish at 9 o'clock and then I can go and have a sleep because I'm knackered.
9 o'clock? It's already gone past 9, Lord.
Sorry. All right, 10 o'clock, half 9, 10 o'clock. No.
Oh, gosh. Would you like to share any, Liz?
Are you going to let her talk?
The first one that comes to mind is going to the food bank to collect food, and someone gave me a box of chocolate heroes.
Wow.
How did that make you feel though? Like when she gave that to you, how did it make you feel? Give her a minute to answer that one. Oh, that's sweet. It was another customer, and it was his own chocolates from his food bank bag. I was overwhelmed. I was like, oh, really? Are you sure? I was happy. And he was like, yeah, I want you to have them. Aww. Such
You
a
know what
sweet
that-
story.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Giveaway. The Native American tradition of giveaway. You give away the thing you love the most.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
I'm sure he was really looking forward to having the chocolates, you know? But giving them
Yeah,
to
he
you
probably
was a
was.
special gift.
And I bet he was happy, like actually more happy giving them to you than he was eating them himself.
Yep.
Wow, you were 17 and you still remember that. That's really amazing. Excuse me. Sorry.
Are you implying she's very old?
No. No, I'm just saying most people forget acts of kindness maybe 3 to 4 years after it happens.
3 to 4 minutes. I don't know about years.
Me, it's years. And even then, there's some stories of kindness where I still remember them to this day, and I must have been like 10 at the time. Yeah, sometimes when it means something that deeply, it sticks with you for a very long time. Okay. Self-love is kindness too. Now, I'd like to talk about something we all forget. Self-love. Yeah, it's good to reflect back on things. For some people, those words feel uncomfortable. Hear self-love and think it means putting yourself above everyone else. I don't see it that way. To me, self-love simply means treating yourself with the same kindness you freely give to other people. Think about your best friend. If they made a mistake, would you tell them they're useless? Probably not. You'd encourage them. You'd remind them they're human. Thank you, Al. You'd tell them tomorrow is another day. Yet many of us stand in front of the mirror and say things to ourselves we'd never dream of saying to another person. Why? Why do we find compassion for everyone except ourselves? Imagine what life would feel like if every morning you looked in the mirror and spoke to yourself like someone you truly cared about.
The mirror would crack.
Sorry?
The mirror would crack. It would crack up laughing.
Oh, blood. Whew, okay. Sorry, lies a lot. My bad. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Imagine what life would feel like if every morning you looked in the mirror and spoke to yourself like someone you truly cared about. Not because you're perfect, but because you're worthy of the kindness simply for being human. thank you for the heart, me. Self-love isn't arrogance, it's acceptance. It's recognizing that your worth isn't measured by your mistakes. Fill in your own cup. There's an old saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. I think that's true. If you're consistently exhausted, always putting yourself last, never allowing yourself to rest, eventually there's nothing left to give. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's responsible. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is have an early night. Go for a walk, read a book, say no, or maybe even ask for help. Simply give yourself permission to rest without feeling guilty. Does anyone have anything to say?
I'll keep quiet.
Because you got some snarky comment, yeah?
What's that? I can't. What comment are you on about? You've missed out. I can see the dive deep to connect and communicate from a place of love and light.
Mm-hmm.
We need to bring laughter in again.
Yes, laughter. I don't know where he is today.
Well, I did try to bring him in, her in, them in.
Them in.
You kind of lost your thread.
Lost my thread?
You did.
Oh, okay.
You have
Sorry.
to repeat it again, didn't you?
Yep. Yes, I did. So, I have another story, and this time it's about my child. So, I hadn't told my child I was doing this podcast. I hadn't, in fact, told him anything about this podcast, to be honest. And when I went home and I saw my son, he had given me a hat that said, "Share the love." As soon as I saw the hat, I just started crying. Not because I was upset, but because I couldn't believe that without telling my son that he could buy me something like that. And when I asked him, "Why did you buy this for me?" he was like, "I don't know, Mummy. I just felt like I had to buy this for you." So this takes me back to connection, because me and Trickster, we spoke about maybe there being an infinite web, because as much as you might think of a word and then someone else says it, what about altercations where the same situation happened with my son, where he didn't know anything about my podcast, yet he bought me a Share the Love hat, and he had no idea, and I cried because I honestly couldn't believe that my son had bought this for me. It was so heartwarming. Blood.
Sorry, it came on.
I'm teasing you, girl. I'm teasing you. Excuse me.
The word is synchronicity, isn't it?
Yes, the word is synchronicity.
And connectivity, I suppose.
I would say, has anything like that happened to you too, Blood?
Well, you
Or
didn't ask me.
anyone
You
here.
didn't ask me that before, so I haven't had time to think about it. So,
Okay. Has anyone else had a story
sorry,
like
the
that?
only thing I can think of in a weird way is when Liz was here last week at your podcast, and I'd say a word, and pretty much straight away you'd say something that had that word in it,
Yeah.
and Liz and I were kind of, Oh, hmm.
That's very true. That is very true. I do remember you telling me about that. See, the hat that my son got, it means so much more than just being a hat to me. Every time I see it, it reminds me that love has a way of finding us. Sometimes through strangers, sometimes family, and sometimes ourselves. Yeah, it is the thought as well, Liz. It is the very thought.
Can I just ask,
Yeah,
are Liz and I the only ones joining you?
at the moment, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's okay, because nothing will stop me. I think Ellie's in here as well. Okay. So, a 7-day kindness challenge. I'd like everyone listening to join me in this challenge. For the next 7 days, do one act of kindness a day. But here's a twist. Every day, do one act of kindness to yourself too. Yes, hopefully, Liz. Maybe that means forgiving yourself, taking a break, putting your phone down, having your favorite meal, or watching the sunset. Saying no without guilt, or simply reminding yourself, I am enough. Because kindness shouldn't stop with everyone else. It should include you too.
Well, actually, what you said earlier makes more. We need to feed ourselves with kindness. It's not the right way to say it, but because that means we've got more in the cup to share with others.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly it. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I like that, Liz, about eating.
Yeah, I was just reading that. I did an act of kindness to myself today by remembering to eat because sometimes I forget and having a longer sleep. To be honest, I had a bit of lying today. That was my kindness to myself. So, when was the last time someone showed you unexpected kindness?
Liz, last week.
Mm.
And the thing that sticks out most is my owl light.
Eat the chicken. Oh, you're doing it. I'm sorry, Blood, I did not hear that.
I said the act of kindness was from Liz last week, and the biggest what's it for me was the owl light she gave me. She gave me a few other bits as well, but the owl light, because she knows I love owls.
Yeah. And how did that make you feel, Blood?
I don't. It's not. It's more of a sensation than a. It's kind of wow. She gets me,
Yeah.
and there's not many people that really get me.
That's true, I get that. I get that. So, what's the kindest thing you've ever done for someone?
Out of the long list.
Yep.
Oh God. Oh, the most recent thing I can think of is there was a homeless guy lying on the pavement near the Walworth Road, and it was really hot. And he wasn't moving or anything, so I checked that he was alive. I said, you okay, Daddy? Don't you tell. And he woke up and he sat up, and I gave him a few quid. And I said to him, "Were you in the army by any chance?" He said, "Yes." And I think in a way, acknowledging him, who he was, and realizing he was another one who was in the army.
Yeah.
They dump them all on the bloody streets. There's another one close by. He was in the army. He used to fix tanks.
Wow.
You know, the people, something simple like, and really, really weirdly, as I was walking away from this guy, somebody came up. I don't know what it was in the bag she gave me. It was one of those rolled up bags. It could have been a sleeping bag. It didn't look big enough for a sleeping bag, but it was immediate, pretty much straight after I'd given him the money and I was about to leave. I said, there you are. See, it's already happening. The magic is here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny when things like that happen. It makes us look and think maybe it isn't that bad.
Magic is real.
Yeah.
And the simple things in life are the magic.
Yeah. So, I need everyone to ask themselves this question. What negative thought about yourself are you ready to let go of? In my case, it's always thinking I'm ugly. Recently, I no longer believe that. And yes, it's had a lot of impact to do with my partner. However, most of it was me also telling myself that I'm not as ugly as I look. To me, other people see me as beautiful. What about you, Blood?
You've got a beautiful face, Gemma. I keep telling you that.
Thank you, Blood.
It's true. What about me? I think the big thing I need to let go of is not feeling I'm good enough. You know, that other people's expectations are too much.
Sometimes other people's expectations are a bit much. But out of all honesty, you're an amazing person, Blood.
Oh, thank you. We'll have to set up a mutual appreciation society.
Yes, agreed. And yes, I do need to see you soon, Liz.
I was going to be really flippant. I was going to say you're only saying that so you can get some ideas to do things off me, but you know I won't.
Oh no, you talking to me or Liz?
You.
Oh, me? I was talking to Liz.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. If you spoke to your friends the way you speak to yourself, would they still feel loved? Blood?
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Well, I've got hardly any friends left now. People that I thought were friends weren't really. They were just out for what they could get.
That is the case sometimes.
It's been the case for most of my life. But I've finally woken up and smelled the coffee and the roses and ignored the pricks on the roses.
Ignoring the thorns, yeah?
Well,
I know what you said, but I'm trying to...
You call them thorns, I'll call them pricks. Let's agree to differ.
Okay. We can agree to disagree with each other.
Yeah. What are you? What's Liz agreeing with?
She's just laughing.
She said prior to that she agrees with something or other. Pricks that are prickly. I've just seen that bit.
Yeah, I think that's what she meant. Oh, okay. She can't remember anymore. Yeah, it did change a bit quickly, didn't it? But I did ask, maybe it was to do with the question I asked. If you spoke to your friends the way you speak to yourself, would they still feel loved? Does anyone else have anything to say on that? Pardon?
Would they carry on speaking to you? Would they bother with you?
Exactly, would they?
Probably not.
I know some of my friends wouldn't. Some of my friends would be like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
But at the same
I
time,
think they would.
depending on their reaction, would depend
Yeah,
on whether they're worth bothering with or not, really, wouldn't it?
agreed. Agreed.
She
Oh,
can't
I
type quick,
need
can't she?
I need to take some of your advice, Liz. You got any advice to give? Yes, I agree. Sometimes dark moments do creep up out of nowhere. Sing and dance. That's your motto, to sing and dance. Mine is to laugh it all off. Excuse me. So, what act of self-love could you do this week?
Liz has just said and write whatever comes to mind.
Yep,
So maybe you could write something that makes you laugh, that might make other people laugh.
that's true. That's true. Good.
Carol,
That was Ellie saying hi to them
oh,
on my behalf. Have you ever changed someone's day without realizing it?
well, how would you know you've changed it if you don't realise it?
Quite simply by them telling you later on that you
Oh, well,
changed
all
the
right
day.
then. Oh,
Yeah, I enjoy people's reactions when I do kind things for them too.
I can't think
Yes.
of an example, but I've had the occasional "you've made my day." You know, when I've said something, or
Mm. Yes. Yeah. And like that would have changed someone's day more than you realize, to be honest, Blood. Has anyone ever received kindness exactly when they needed it? Like with me, when I was on the bus and I was having that really bad day, and that lady gave me the grapes. Grapes? Blackberries, sorry.
have you mentioned the one I tried to remind you of?
The coach. I've already done the coach one.
No, the bus driver.
Yeah, the bus driver on the coach.
No, the bus driver on the bus recognizing you.
Oh no, I haven't actually. That's funny. I didn't even think about that one.
I did mention it a while ago.
Yeah, but I thought you were talking about the coach.
No, do you want to borrow
My
me?
bad. So I got on this bus and the bus driver was like, "What did you say?" And I was like, "Is that a question?" And then he was like, "Love like laughter." And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And he was like, "Go on, get on the bus." He refused to let me tap on the bus. But just being noticed that day, and he told me to keep on doing what I'm doing and that it's having an impact, and he really liked my post. It brightened my day so much. I don't think this man will ever understand how happy that made me. Oh, sorry. Oh, excuse me.
Who said they think compliments are nice? Because I can't flipping see who said. Was it me?
Liz said, "I think compliments are nice as well as liking complimenting people if they look nice, etc." Oh
I
wow,
do
that's
that.
good. that you
I
were
do that when I'm out
recognized
and
and
about.
remembered. Imagine if he just commented now. That would be amazing. Yeah, that would have been amazing, to be honest. That would have been great. Absolutely
He
great.
might be driving a bus at the moment.
I was just about to say that.
Well,
I was literally just about to say that.
we have that sort of thing going on, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We do have that kind of thing going on. It's quite funny, actually.
Oh my goodness, Liz. Oh dear. Well, let's hope not. Eh?
Liz, be careful of your words, darling. Be careful of your words. I'm serious. Be careful.
She's just said about stop being naughty.
Yeah, I know.
We do have to be careful with our words because words actually are spelling. We're taught that in school, aren't we?
Mm.
And
We're told that in school, yes.
CJ,
I believe that's one of Ellie's friends. Hello and welcome. Thank you for coming.
I know a CJ who's a comedian.
Oh, really?
I don't know him very well, but
that's interesting. Okay, so for a minute, we're actually going to listen to the rest of this song. Well, not the rest of it, because it's like a 20-minute long song. I will be putting a link to this song later on my profile. This song was sent to me by a gaming friend of mine called Crusher, and it is done by a artist called NF, and the song is called, oh gosh, what's the song called again?
You explain.
Ooh, I Cry When Nobody Is Watching. And please, just take a minute to listen to the words.
Slowly drowning when from the outside you still look strong. I became so good at hiding, I almost disappeared from me. The world applauds the smile I borrow, nobody sees the grief beneath. I cry when nobody's watching, the silence echoes through my room. The world only knows my laughter, it never sees my hidden wounds. Every tear I wipe away is another story left untold. I'm still trying to save everybody while my own heart's growing cold. Have you ever laughed inside a crowd, then felt completely by yourself? Like everybody knows your first name, but nobody knows your mental health. I answer, I'm okay, automatically. The words come out before I even think. I repeated that lie so many times. Now I don't know where the truth begins. There are memories I can't erase, conversations that still haunt my sleep. People walked away without a warning, leaving promises they couldn't keep. I replay every goodbye like a movie, searching for the moment I went wrong. Maybe I love people way too deeply, maybe I stayed loyal way too long. Nobody tells you growing older doesn't mean the pain grows any less. Sometimes the child inside your heart still carries every old regret. I'm tired of introducing a version of myself that's incomplete, because the real me stays hidden behind the person everyone can see. I'm afraid if I tell somebody exactly how my mind has been, slowly start creating distance the same way others always did. So I carry conversations that nobody will ever hear, arguments inside my own head, powered by anxiety and fear. If you've ever cried in silence, if you've you've ever begged the night to end, if you've ever questioned your own purpose, you're not alone, my friend. Maybe healing doesn't happen like the movies always say. Maybe it's deciding every morning I'm still here today. Some nights I don't need answers, I just need my thoughts to finally rest. I don't need another motivational speech, I just need one night without this weight inside my chest. Everybody posts their perfect moments, nobody uploads the tears, nobody records themselves collapsing after pretending strength for years. We're all experts at editing our stories, cropping out the parts that hurt the most. Then we wonder why we're lonely when nobody knows what we actually hold. I wish we talked about depression like we talk about the weather every day. Maybe then another soul would realize it's okay to say, I'm not okay. I cry when nobody's watching, when the darkness knows my name. I've fought so many silent battles, nothing inside me feels the same. Still my heart keeps slowly beating, even when hope feels far away. Maybe tomorrow holds a reason to survive another day. Maybe one day I'll stop apologizing for feeling everything so deep. Maybe I won't measure all my value by the promises I couldn't keep. Maybe healing starts the moment I stop pretending I don't hurt. Maybe strength was never hiding tears. Maybe strength is knowing what they're worth. To the stranger listening right now, if your heart feels heavy too, the tears you're crying in the darkness don't make less of you. You survived another sunrise, you survived another storm. Maybe that doesn't feel like victory, but survival has its own reward.
Yes, so that song, even for me, it still gives me goosebumps. At the end of this, I will continue to play the rest of the 10 minutes that are left. I noticed Liz said about finding songs for topic. In fact, I didn't find this song. Someone else sent it to me. And they didn't even know what the topic was this week neither, actually. I hadn't told them yet. And he just sent it to me because me and him have gone through something very similar. And he was struggling. And he heard this song and it moved him to tears and he thought I would like it.
Synchronicity.
Again, yes, I was just about to cover that blood. Yeah, sometimes synchronicity is the most powerful thing that seems to happen. Like, my son didn't know about the hat. He didn't know about my podcast, but he bought me the hat. Crusher didn't know what the podcast was about this week, yet he sent me this very, very powerful song. And it moved me in such a way that I asked him straight away if he wouldn't mind if I referred to him as the person who sent me this song. And he said, yeah. So sometimes the things that I talk about aren't just things that happen to me. They're things that happen to other people. And it makes me realize that sometimes you have to be kind to other people, especially when you're going through something. Because you don't know what that person is going through. You have no idea.
We are one. That's right. And I want to go back to what Liz said about Trickster.
Yes, Trickster.
Do you remember me telling you about Coyote?
Yes.
You know, we need to watch out for each other as much as we can.
Yes, we do. And yes, people do hide it very well. And they pretend they're okay, but really they're not. Deep down they're not. Like, most people see me as a happy, bubbly person. I'm not
Really?
always a happily, bubbly person. Sometimes I'm angry, but I treat people with that kindness that I would want in return, if that makes sense.
Perfect sense. But I was teasing when I said really about you being happy and bubbly.
Oh, I didn't even hear that, sorry.
It's happened just as well, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that song, the Tears of a Clown, going through my head?
I don't know. Maybe you could tell us about that song.
Trying to think who doesn't know. Oh, flip. Do, 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 do. People say I'm
What's it
the
called?
life of the party 'cause I tell a joke or two. Although I might be laughing loud and hearty, deep inside I'm blue.
Very fitting, I must say.
Wish I could remember who it is. But I'm obviously not meant to right now. Forgive my
Hey, yes, happiness doesn't cost anything, to be honest, and it is the most kindness. Sorry, is the most simplest thing you can do to another human being.
Thanks, Liz.
Okay, so it's that time, my dear friends.
What time?
It's that time to close it down, unfortunately. I will play the rest of that song so everybody can hear the whole song. If there's one thing I hope you remember after today's episode, it is this. Kindness isn't just something we give. It's something we choose to become. It starts with how we treat strangers. It grows in how we treat the people we love. And it truly flourishes when we learn to treat ourselves with the same compassion.
Pass it forward.
You don't have to change the world overnight. You don't have to perform grand gestures. Sometimes changing one person's day is enough. Sometimes that person is someone else, and sometimes that person is you. Thank you for listening to Love, Light and Laughter. If today's conversation spoke to your heart, I'd love for you to share this episode with someone who could use a little more kindness or a little more self-love in their life. Until next time, keep choosing love, keep shining your light, and keep finding reasons to laugh. Be kind to others, be kind to yourself, and never forget, love shared is never wasted. And here is the rest of the song for everybody. Oh no, what happened? Ah!
I suggest
AI videos are now yours.
Ah! Typical adverts. Here we go.
One day these empty hallways won't echo quite as loud. One day the tears you've hidden will make your family proud. Not because you never struggled, not because you never fell, but because you kept on breathing. Even when life became a living hell. I try when nobody's watching, but I get back up before the dawn. Every scar reminds me somehow I survived what should have made me gone. If you're hearing every word while trying not to fall apart, I hope this song reminds you you're stronger than your broken heart. One more step more sunrise, one more chance. The tears nobody ever witnessed don't mean your story ends in darkness. Sometimes the strongest people are simply the ones who kept going, even when nobody was watching. Tell me, have you ever smiled so much? People thought your life was perfect. Then went home, locked your door, sat on the floor, and cried. Because you couldn't hold it together anymore. I cry when nobody's watching, when the house gets quiet and the night starts talking. Everybody knows the version that I'm showing. Nobody knows the war that's always growing. I keep saying I'm alright, even when I know that's another lie. If pain made a sound, my heart would have screamed long before these tears reached my eyes. I hate being asked, how have you been? Because I never know what's safe to say. Do I tell the truth and make things awkward, or smile and throw another piece of me away?
Thank you,
I've
Luke.
become an expert at changing conversations, turning every question into somebody else's situation. People call me strong,
Nice
but
music
strength
playing.
feels like a prison. Cause
Up on
once
the
they think you
sofa.
never break, nobody comes to check if you're still living. Sometimes I leave messages unopened, not because I don't care. I'm just too tired to explain why my energy disappeared. I don't always need advice. Sometimes I just need somebody to sit beside me without trying to fix me. I'm still breathing, but some days that feels like the only thing I'm doing right. I cry when nobody's watching. Every tear falls where nobody can see. I learned a long time ago, people love happy stories, not broken people like me. I wonder how many people walk past me today thinking he's doing great, while I was trying not to completely fall apart. It's strange, the loudest battles never make a sound. Your body keeps moving while your soul barely leaves the ground. Sometimes I clean my room, not because it's dirty, but because my thoughts are. Sometimes I take long showers, hoping the water will wash away everything I can't forget. It never does. My biggest fear isn't dying, it's becoming someone who forgets how to feel. Because pain can numb you long before it ever heals. People say time fixes everything, then why does yesterday still feel so close? Why do old memories know exactly when I'm weakest? Why do old voices still echo inside my head? I cry when nobody's watching, cause that's where I feel safe. Nobody asks a question, nobody judging my face, just me trying to convince myself tomorrow won't hurt the same. And have you ever looked around your room and realized nobody really knows who you are? Not the version that laughs, not the version that posts online, the version that stays awake until 4 in the morning, wondering why peace feels impossible. I deleted messages before sending them, deleted entire paragraphs, because I didn't want people to think I was becoming too much. So I stay quiet and somehow silence became another language. Maybe you've been carrying things nobody was ever meant to carry alone. Maybe you got so used to surviving you forgot what living feels like. I miss the version of me that believed everything would eventually make sense now. Every plan I make feels temporary, every smile feels rented. I celebrate everybody else's victories, then go home questioning whether I'll ever have one. Comparison is a thief that never sleeps, it keeps stealing joy even on days you should be proud. The hardest part about anxiety is convincing the self that nothing's wrong while your heart feels like it's racing toward disaster. I replay conversations for hours, wondering, did I say too much? Did I say too little? Did they misunderstand me? Do they secretly hate me now? My mind never clocks out. If you've ever sat inside your car for 10 extra minutes because home didn't feel peaceful, I understand. If you've ever pretended to sleep just so nobody would ask what's wrong, I understand. If you've ever felt surrounded yet completely alone, I understand. my address. Maybe tomorrow won't feel this heavy. Maybe one day I'll believe the same kindness I keep giving everybody else also belongs to me. If you're listening while pretending everything is okay, I hope you remember this. You don't have to earn the right to be heard. You don't have to hide just because the world is more comfortable with your smile than your tears. Keep breathing. 1 hour, one day, one step at a time. Sometimes I leave the TV running, not because I care what song. I just need another voice to make this house feel less alone. Have you ever held your phone, scrolled through everyone else's life, and wonder why yours feels frozen in the same place every night? People only see the highlights, the birthdays, trips, and celebrations. Nobody uploads the panic attacks, the sleepless nights, the medication. I wonder how many smiles are held together by exhaustion. How many I'm doing fine, but really cries for someone's caution. Maybe we're all hiding something. Maybe we're all hoping someone notices without us having to say a word. I cry when nobody's watching, but I know I'm not alone. Somewhere another heart is breaking, trying to survive on its own. If you're hearing every lyric and it feels like it's your life, maybe this isn't just a song. Maybe it's the reason you made it through tonight. I miss calling someone without wondering if I'm bothering them. I miss laughing without guilt waiting at the end of it. I miss sleeping before 3 in the morning. I miss waking up without immediately feeling tired. Sometimes healing feels unfair. One good day, then 3 bad ones. You finally think you're moving forward, then one memory pulls you right back to where you started. And that's the part nobody talks about. Recovery isn't a straight road, it's circles with tiny steps forward you don't even notice until months later. I wish people understood that loneliness isn't always being alone. Sometimes you're sitting next to the people you love and still feel invisible. Sometimes the loudest room makes you feel the smallest. Sometimes the people who say you can talk to me disappear the moment you actually do. So you stop trying, not because you want to, because disappointment gets heavy. Maybe you've been carrying everybody else's happiness so long, you forgot how to carry your own. You became everybody's safe place, but never had one yourself. I overthink everything, that text, that look, that silence, that goodbye. I convince myself people are angry when they're probably just busy. I replay conversations like security footage, looking for mistakes nobody else even noticed. My brain never stops investigating. Even innocent moments feel guilty somehow. There are days I don't recognize myself, not because I changed, because I spent so long pretending to be okay. I forgot what the real version looks like. I'm learning that surviving and living aren't the same thing. One keeps you breathing, the other gives you reasons to. I cry when nobody's watching, when the world finally grows still, when the smile I've been carrying can no longer hide how I feel. If you've ever whispered, I can't do this anymore, but somehow found yourself still standing, then maybe you're stronger than you've ever believed. To the person who feels forgotten, you're not invisible. To the one who keeps everybody smiling while secretly breaking, you matter too. To the one who keeps saying, maybe tomorrow, please. Keep saying it, because one day, tomorrow, will finally answer. Not with perfection, not with an easy life, but with peace. never thought would belong to you. The strongest thing you've ever done was survive the day nobody knew you were fighting. The tears nobody ever saw watered the courage that kept you alive. Is today all you managed to do was breathe and breathe again, because healing doesn't always arrive with applause. Sometimes it arrives quietly, like the sunrise after the longest night.
And that is that song wrapped up. Thank you for joining, everybody. I hope you have a lovely day. Don't forget to share the love, spread the light, and laugh off the drama. Thank you too.